So I just did an unboxing video. It was super great until I realized the whole top of my head was cut off. So we're just going to film this again. So it's not a legit unboxing anymore, but I still want to show you my super cool stuff. So it's a Tackle Warehouse unboxing. I got some swim baits. I got some, what else did I get? Well, let's just dig through it, find out. How about that? So I got some 3.8. I got a bunch of swim baits. 3.8s. I use them around here all the time. This is called Electric June Bug. It's a color I use all the time around here. I have stained chocolate milk water, so black and blue, June Bug, and even black. Right, they are my friends. So a lot of places I go are pretty muddy year round. Doesn't even have to rain. Just milky chocolate milk water. So here's black, not that impressive. Black and blue flake, same thing. Yeah, just I need those dark colors for that. Smallmouth season. Look, these work. These, I forget what they call this, Pink Magic. They work for about a certain amount of time for me. So we're in middle of March almost here, so kind of April to maybe part of the way through May rather. I can get some work done with these, and for some reason after that, they're not productive for me anymore, but they will produce fish for me. Smallmouth in my smallmouth fisheries. Now my smallmouth fisheries are shallow, so they're not, I'm not running with drop shots and stuff like that, dude. I mean, most of the time I catch smallmouth, it's like 4 foot of water or less. Right, so what we got here? Yep, the green pumpkin shad. So most of the stuff's going on an underspin or swim jig, or sometimes just a swim jig hook. So green pumpkin shad, same 2 colors. Big important color for me to have around here. Here it is. This one is electric shad. Another color. I mean, this color here and this color here looks just like the bait fish around here. Real productive. This is Gold Flash Minnow, another good one. These I tend to use this, and you can see on the back side, little bit like a lot of flake in there. More towards kind of the end of summer, but I don't know why I got them now. I did. Here is a color I've never used, but people seem to catch a lot of stuff on it. It's just called Bass Candy. So kind of that baby bass color. Here's the bottom back side. So we'll do it like this. So there's the top side, there's the bottom side. So awesome. I'm excited to use them. So I did get, that's all the swim baits I got. And like I said, typically only using them on underspin, is swim bait hook, or swim jig. I did get a bunch of jackhammers. I don't pair these two together. I find that straight tail stuff works a lot better. And I'm still playing around with something I want to use a little more consistently. I'm always switching my trailers up, which isn't a bad thing, but there's just, and then finding brands that the colors really mesh and stuff like that. So, but Zoom Super Fluke, that's one of them. Just a straight tail almost. I mean, and the reason I do that is because, and not to get into a whole thing here, but when that blade moves real fast, right, that straight tail stays like a consistent speed. And then the Kitex, really any like any kind of swim bait. I keep wanting to say swim jig. any kind of swim bait like this will move fast, but that tail will kind of wobble slower. It's so I'm not saying you're gonna catch fish. You are, but I just like something that stays consistent. So if this is moving this fast on the front, and then you have the skirt kind of replicating that, and then you have the tail staying consistent, to me it just looks more realistic, as opposed to the blade moving, the skirt moving quick, right? The blade moving quick, skirt moving quick, and then you have like a big wide wobble. It's just not a consistent. It's just not a consistent look the whole way through the bait. So I don't know if that's a thing or not, but it is for me. In my head it is. So I don't pair these two typically. I have, but typically no. So the swim baits I did not get to pair with the Jackhammers. So 2 Bama bugs, which really like this color around here. It's one of those colors I can fish just about any kind of water clarity. I don't have a lot of clear water places to go. I have one, but I don't go there often. It's a little further. So most of the stuff I have is like really stained to really dark, and I can these Bama bugs I can fish all the time. Black and blue is my friend here. Listen, I have to fish black and blue. It's like I said, stained water. I have to fish it, and it works for me. So I always make sure I have it. Another color I just absolutely just hammer them on is the I think it's called, I forget, green pumpkin shad. Yeah, green pumpkin shad. But really good color. There's a lot of stuff you can pair that with. That looks great. So now get out here. This thing they sent me. So there was a promotion, I think, going on, because after I put my Jackhammers in the cart, this thing comes up, says, hey, we're going to send you like a mystery color big blade. And this is a 5/8 ounce. I've never used these. So I'm not sure if you try to do the same, like replicate the same same things like you would a jackhammer, or if there's a different way to fish them. So I'm gonna research that a little bit and try it. This is, yeah, I don't even think, yeah, it's 5/8 ounce. Yeah, I just want to make sure. So I'm pretty stoked about it. Like, it's something different that I've never messed with before, and I'm all about that. Listen, I love getting stuff I've never used, because I'll go out and try it. If I think it's not something that's good for me, I'll give it away to someone else. I'm always trying to get someone else fishing. I'm always trying to point people in that direction. So I'm gonna try it. If I think it's something that won't be productive for me, there's other anglers that figure stuff out that they're either just more knowledgeable than me, or they have a different fishery where this might work. And if I don't like it, I'll give it to somebody. The big golden egg in here is, and like I said, I wanted to like unbox all this stuff for you, but I totally messed that up. I blew it on my own. So here it is. The Shimano MGL 70HG. So centrifugal brake system, but it also has like this small adjustment up here, and I hope you can see that small adjustment up here. So you see inside here, there's your centrifugal brakes. Right, close that up, and then you have like this you can make micro adjustments on. That's an upgrade for me, because I fish SLX all the time, but this one, smaller spool size, more compact. And the reason I got this was 2 reasons. I could take a 200-yard spool and spool two of these reels up. So I will get another one, not right now. I have mouths to feed, I have a mortgage to pay. So you got to do that, right? So once you know, once I know I can keep my house and keep the lights on, and my kids won't starve for another month, I'll probably get another reel. But um, got one to start with here. I'm gonna mess around with it. Listen, my fisheries. I'm so blessed to be able to go to. Oh man, I have half a dozen lakes I can get to within, I'd say three of them I can get to within 10, 12 minutes from me. That's that's just great. I got three more that are a half hour out. And then I even have a couple more that are like an hour shot from me. I have all these fisheries near me. They're all shallow water. They're all super, super high pressured. They're smaller lakes. So most of them, all but just a couple of them, you can't even put a gas motor on them. It's electric motor only. So they're pressured with bank fishermen. They're pressured with kayaks. They're pressured with, you know, bass boats and john boats out there, and everybody's bass fishing. They produce some big bass. I mean, some of these we can get 6 and 8 pounders out of them. Some of them consistently you're getting 2.5, 3 pounders out of, and that you don't. I don't turn my nose up at that. Those are nice fish. So. But one thing I'm not doing is I'm not taking a crankbait, and I've been over this before, and I'm not shooting a crankbait out as far as I can. I got small fisheries and they're shallow. And then the big places like the Susquehanna, it's shallow, right? So I'm not bombing crankbaits out. I'm not bombing even these jackhammers. I'm not bombing them way out. I'm fishing cover all the time. I'm fishing along grass beds. I'm doing a lot of very. I'm trying to hit every time I cast. I'm trying to hit a certain something, right? I have my mind set on something and a target acquired, and I'm going for that. So I don't need I don't need reels that spool a whole lot of line, right? So this should work out for me. I'm hoping it lasts for years. And on that, so I have heard Shimano has not been putting reel oil in um, their boxes. Now, I watched a guy because I was researching this reel a little bit, and I watched a guy unbox one on YouTube, and he pulls it up, boom, reel oil, right? But I just got mine. Dug through the paperwork, checked in here, no reel oil. So, I don't know. Maybe they are. Maybe they're just doing it on some. I don't know. I don't know the answer. I do know that I didn't get it. But this, I mean, this is sick. I like it. 7.2. I'm going to put it, I think my last video, I showed you some Denali rods I have, and I have one that I messed the reel up on, and so I got this going, and it's going to be paired with a 7-foot Denali lithium medium heavy. And that's going to be, it's a rod that I'm going to be, you know, shooting stuff at covered, throwing these little swim jigs around, and swim baits, you know, fishing shaky heads, things like that, around cover or around grass beds. And I don't like I said, I'm not bombing stuff out. So this should be the ticket for somebody that fishes the way I do. And if you fish like that, if I would say check these out. I can't say, hey, I recommend this because I haven't used it yet. I've used an SLX. This seems to be a little bit of an upgrade, but we don't know till we use it, right? So I'm not going to sit here and say, oh yeah, you definitely get this. I'm going to say, I think it's going to work out really good for me, and I'm excited about it, and I'll let you know. So that's the unboxing. Sorry it wasn't like a legit one. Next time I'll learn not to chop the whole top of my head off. Listen, trying to build a channel. Thumbs up, please. Comment, please. If you see something you might like to see me do better, you know, throw that in there. I don't care. My feelings don't get hurt. But, you know, I know there's some phenomenal channels out there, and I know you don't have to sit there and watch mine, but I'd like you to. And in order to get you to do that, I will take your feedback. I will get better, um, and hopefully things are starting to look like we're going to be able to get out on the water. I got some time opening up and things like that. So hopefully getting some on the water stuff out here. Kayak's all rigged up. Put my fish finder on yesterday. I think I got a Lowrance Hook 5, Hook Reveal 5. Got that on, wired in, looks nice. I think it's sitting where I want it to sit. Was going to do a video on the install. That wasn't a good idea. Not going to post that. I am not one of those, listen, I'm just going to tell you. I'm not one of those people that does stuff like that and enjoys it, right? I like that I put my fish finder on. I like that I have the ability to do that, right? I have the ability to run my own wiring. I like that I have the ability to, I have enough mechanical ability to do stuff like that, make it look nice. I like that I like that I can do it myself without having to get somebody to do it for me or just not have one at all, right? Doesn't mean I enjoy stuff like that. If I mess something up, I get to cussing or I get to kicking stuff around. I just don't. I like that I was able to do it, and I'm glad I can do it, but I didn't like doing it. I'm not one of those people. I'm not a tinkerer, right? Unless it's like my fishing gear, like this, like even this stuff will make me mad sometimes. But I like the outcome in the end, right? So all that mechanical stuff, like I said, like rods and reels and stuff like that, I don't mind tinkering with those. I like tinkering with my baits, but I don't it's the same thing. Like working on my car and stuff. I had a man that raised me that taught me how to do that stuff, and that's a blessing. But let me tell you, I don't like doing it. So with all that said, again, like, subscribe, and share it if you want. But I'd sure like it if I had you watching my videos. So thanks again, everybody.